Welcome everybody to Q&A with Sonic VTubers. Today we have with us Emerald Masters,
Hello, that's me.
Charmy and Chaotix Crew,
Hi.
and Gotta Go Fast.
Hello, that's
I-
me.
I'm your co-host Blue Jolts VA, and this is the host Chris VA.
Hello.
And today, as you saw, Q&A with Sonic VTubers. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to have the audience, you guys ask questions with the trio over here.
Hey, Josh.
Indeed.
That's us.
How are we going to start this off? What do you think, Chris? Do we have the audience ask questions first, or do we start off with like basic?
Let's start off with a few questions of our own until we get some people to raise their hands.
Yeah, give people
Alrighty,
a chance
that's a good
to
idea.
get some questions in.
All right,
Alright.
Chris, you have any questions? Go ahead. Floor is yours.
Yep. Anyways, my first question is, what inspired you guys to start doing YouTube content, or in this case, Sonic character content?
Well,
Matt, you want to go first?
Well, with the whole Sonic thing, it was basically like the news of the first movie came out at the time, and like YouTube, I think for all of us, like I can only vouch for for you guys, because I know, like Connor, you weren't really doing YouTube at that point, and
Mhm.
and Sassy was also like off and on with her stuff, but we just, like, a friend of ours at the time just came up with the idea, and so like, well, you guys like, to me personally, they were like, well, you do voices, right? I was like, well, yeah. And it's like, have you ever tried doing a Sonic voice? It's like, it's never really thought about it at the time. I mean, I grew up with the games, and I love the Sonic franchise, and used to collect the comics when I was a kid, but I never really thought about it at the time, because when it came to doing voice acting, because that's what I was roughly doing the majority of the time, was voice acting work, it was always like anime characters. That was what everybody really wanted from the voice acting community at the time. So that's what was the main focus. But it never occurred to me. So we gave it a try and wondered how it would go. We just gave it a try. And because the first movie was so successful and such a boom, the channel just exploded from there. And after that, I think it just got the gravy train rolling. And, we were able to get other people involved. I always wanted to work with Connor and do voice work with him, like, because we've been friends for years. And obviously, Sassy, I had just gotten to know at the time, so we was just starting to like become really close friends, and end up wanting to do work with each other because we enjoyed each other's voice acting work. And
If I can just interject for a second, honey, we were dating at that point.
Were we dating at that point?
Yes.
I can't see that. My brain's like a sieve.
Yeah, see,
even
these two are married.
even so, like at the time, you weren't doing any of this. You had like the occasional voice role that you would do, but that was about
And
it.
before
I
this, she
always-
was still doing some Dragon Ball stuff back in the day.
Yeah, and that was the occasional Dragon Ball stuff that she used to do. But I always said to you then, I said, look, you're good at what you do. You just didn't have the confidence in yourself. And working with me, because we were dating at the time, gave you a bit more confidence, and you had somebody you could rely on and was there with you. It made it a little easier, I feel. And yeah, that's me personally. But yeah, generally, we just all ended up just rolling with it.
Yeah, for my perspective on the whole thing, when it came to doing voice work, I'd already been doing stuff before that point. Like since I was like 14, I've been doing small voice work and doing stuff online. And then eventually around 2018 rolled around when I met Matt, and we had gotten to know each other, and we had started doing content together on his older channel before anything Sonic related. And eventually I got contacted by him and another friend of ours, like, hey, can you do like a Knuckles voice? And I was like, I haven't tried, but I know Sonic stuff, so I could do the character well, I think. And so that kind of started off, and my love for Shadow crept in, because I have always been a just giant fan of Shadow the Hedgehog. Because
I never knew back then.
Yeah, no, back then, no.
Now I fully know.
But I like had grew up on Shadow of the Hedgehog, like the 2005 game, since I was literally like 5 years old, because that was around the time that it came out. And I like started doing stuff with them, and they were like, oh yeah, no, you should make your own channel. I was like, okay. And then I just kind of thought up the name because I was like, I do Shadow and Knuckles mainly, so that'll be like the linking thing, the fact that they have like emeralds and all that. So Master Emerald, Emerald Masters, that whole thing, and just kind of went from there.
My turn, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, so for me, I don't know exactly the timestamp, but it's probably around like 2017, 2018. I was dipping my toes into the voice acting community by doing my own Dragon Ball channel, and I went by Sassy Videl for like the longest time. I think there's probably people in the audience who might remember, but like Connor and Matt definitely remember like the Dragon Ball days. And then after a little bit, I just fizzled out and stopped, and I lost my confidence for a while. And then I think around like 2019, I think Matt was trying to encourage me to like join in with all the Sonic stuff that they were doing. And I didn't start my own channel until the end of 2020. I started the Charmy channel, and it just blew up for whatever reason. And here I am today, still voicing the bee.
Among other characters now.
Among
Among
others,
other, I mean, there's like what
it
else is there? Like
started off
Rouge,
like
Zoe, my OC, which is just basically my voice.
There's
all
also
started
Vanilla.
off- I think we all
Vanilla,
started
yeah.
that way, didn't we? Really, we all
Yeah.
started like with one character, and then we wanted to challenge ourselves a bit more as voice actors. And
Funnily enough, for me,
you know,
it started
dip our
more
toes
with
into
like
things.
Knuckles and Shadow. Like I was kind of doing both for
You had
a little
both
bit.
in your you had both in your arsenal, like right from the
Before I even
get-go.
like started my channel, I was already
But,
doing
like-
it for your channel
Like,
and for the other
we,
person's.
we invented Ray on a.
It was during a bloopers for
It
a
was
Sonic Mania
during a
video.
bloopers. Yeah, we were doing a Sonic Mania video, and in the obviously when you're playing Sonic Mania, you choose which character to play, and I was jokingly saying, "Oh, do you want me to be Ray?" Because obviously the only character I did at the time was Sonic, and I was like, "Oh, do you want me to be Ray?" And then I was just like, "Oh, hey, I'm Ray. Oh, how's it going?" And then we just all started laughing about it, and we.
Well,
all
the thing
started
is,
laughing so
let
much
me give a
about-
little
well,
bit more
the
context
reason
for it.
I'm not saying the quote from the.
Well, I'm
reason.
gonna say the quote. I was gonna say the
No,
actual
not
like
quote.
proper context for it. We were
Mhm.
playing Sonic Mania. We were doing the battle mode, and Matt had selected Ray as a joke, and we had been watching a lot of Tomska videos at that point, who is another really good YouTuber, but definitely not family friendly. If
Love
you're if you're younger, maybe don't. But
No.
if you are old enough to watch him, he had this one video where he was giving voices to characters that had been sent to him, and one of them was Mr. Funny Face, which Matt just started doing that voice for Ray,
For Ray.
and that entirely stuck. We just could not shake that being his actual voice for
Yeah.
the channel canon.
Because
at
we
that
were
point, like-
laughing so much with it, we thought, well, other people are going to find it just as funny if we're finding it
Yeah,
funny.
and it also helps that Ray doesn't have a voice already because he's never been in a game where he has had to have one. So it just at
was
that
a
point
blank
that had been like
canvas.
our canon version of him.
Literally
Poor
a
Ray.
blank canvas, and it just gave me a chance
Yeah.
just to be a bit silly and have some fun with it. And I've noticed in some of the comment sections on the channel that the people are like, "Oh, where's Ray?" I'll be like, "That's a good point. I need to bring him back because I always have way more fun doing Ray videos than I do any other videos because
Yeah.
it's
The only problem is it just kind of tears up your throat a little bit.
not as much as it used to. It used to a lot because I wasn't used to it, but now it's fine. I can do it for ages. But yeah, no, more Ray stuff coming because I love him.
Alrighty.
Do you have a question, Jokes?
I cannot think of one at the top of my head. Actually, no, I do have a question. What inspired you to even and I forgot it the moment I tried to ask the goddamn question.
Oops.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. That's it. We're over. Nah, I forgot my question. If I remember it, I'll remember it. All right. Are we gonna ask let the audience ask questions?
Yeah, we'll
Sure,
let the
yeah.
audience.
All right. Who do we bring up first?
Let's bring up Wither.
Wither.
Uh-oh.
Alrighty.
Oh boy.
Coming
Oh
up.
boy.
Hey,
Hey,
I'll be
Wither.
nice. I'll be nice.
Hi with it.
So
Hi,
I do have
Wither.
the advocate of I know these guys. I've known Emerald Masters for like 9 years at this point. These
Mm.
two
been a
for
while.
maybe 2. But that means I get to see a lot of behind the scenes stuff. But out of this, I want you guys to have a mental breakdown with this number of how much do y'all estimate you've spent on assets? That means your thumbnails, that means your stills, that means your models,
Oh,
For
every
me,
little
oh,
thing.
God.
Hang on, let me get my
Yeah, let me grab the
cash- let me get
calculator
my
real
cash
quick.
book, what the past
let
5
me
years.
let me
Yeah,
ask
let
my
me look
accountant.
at my assets folder because I literally have a video assets folder.
Because y'all gotta understand, they do a lot for y'all. They
Yeah.
get so many artists, they get so many people involved, just so everybody can have a good time.
Yeah.
So I
I-
gotta see that
it's a lot
number.
of stuff.
I wouldn't be able to
look
tell
at
you
the
off the top
actually,
of
you
my
know what?
head.
PayPal's probably the best way because I use
I
that for
wouldn't be
all
able
like
to tell you off the
real?
top
interesting
of
stuff.
my head, like obviously because recently I haven't been able to get too many, but in previously, like I would go, I'd always want to go through friends first. Like I was having Crimson and Danny going through doing thumbnails or
on, let me
sprite
get my-
art, and like they did loads. So huge props to those two because they worked
Let-
so hard to get
Especially
stuff
Danny.
done.
Holy heck, her
Yeah, I
skills
know,
are
right?
beautiful.
Like the fact that they both of them are able to get work done not only like quality but quickly. Like it was done
They're very
super
prompt about it.
fast, and I was like,
Mm,
wow,
yeah.
like the quality of these
Excuse
sprites
me.
and these pictures are really, like these thumbnails are really good, and they were done in no time flat. And I could not stress how good these two are at what they do.
They're art
Fantastic.
speedrunners.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
But you look at the actual piece that they do, and you wouldn't think that was done in 2 days or a week or whatever. You think, oh, that's like a month's worth of work, like there, because of how much detail and shading and color and everything. But
Nah,
no,
they
it's
blink
done
and
in
it's
days,
there.
and I'm like, how do you do? You're the talented ones. We're just voice puppets. You guys doing all the hard work.
Don't downplay your work, man. We talked about this.
I'm sorry. I'll save it for the therapy sessions.
Come on, Whipper.
Okay.
I mean, I can tell you now over the course of like the past maybe like 5 years, I've sunk 5 grand into the channel.
Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah.
easily, yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
That's
I could probably say
that's
about.
like equipment, thumbnails, like editors
I know,
that I
equipment-wise,
hired.
God.
Oh, if we're talking equipment and editors, I must have spent
You spent
Al-
a
And I've always done my own editing, but for
almost
equipment
double
wise, yeah, no. I mean, literally the the thing that I used for my audio interface alone was $600.
Yeah.
Jesus.
To be
I would
fair,
say I would
you-
say I've done about 10. I've put about 10K into the channel.
And also
Probably over that,
that
to
same
be
thing
honest
that
Maybe
with you.
more.
cost $600 is the reason I could do the
Probably more. I would say, just to be safe, between 10 and 20K
Yeah,
into the channel.
Wow.
yeah.
God.
And that's just
I
on
don't even
one
know.
channel.
But that's how
I can hit all
important
three.
it is to have that monetization and have that support from regular viewers, because a lot of people just think, oh yeah, it's just so they can, live a life and all that, and be like, well, yeah, of course it helps to live to be able to pay rent and live a life, of course, but it's not just that.
It
Yeah,
goes
there's a lot
towards
of
the
money that also
viewers.
goes back
The
into the
views.
thing because we also have to
Yeah,
do stuff
any-
like buy the games that we play on the channel.
Precisely,
and
yeah. We got to buy
Yeah.
all the games.
we have to pay for the stuff that we do a lot of the time.
The thumbnails and and even back when I was the Crimson was doing editing for me, and that was every video.
And Miles.
Yeah.
We went through
Yeah.
so much money, and but that's the point, is like the money that we're earning, that you guys are supporting us with by watching our content, literally does go into the channels. As many times as YouTubers say it constantly in their videos, that is probably the most true thing that they will tell you, is that yes, the money that they do earn goes directly into the content to make it that much better for all of you, for your viewing pleasure. It's just to make things better, so we can get the things, do the modern day things, like when new Sonic games come out, or when any new game that people are excited for come out and they want to see that character play it. We can do that because of your support.
And the YouTube channel is the reason I can drop $60 on a brand new video game, so I can specifically do videos on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or live streams.
Yeah, live streams especially are nuts. Like the entire reason I have the PC that I have now is just so that I could make content better and stream better. Like that's the
Absolutely.
whole reason for it.
It feels like if
Absolutely.
it wasn't for the sake of Matt hiring editors, especially early on, I feel like possibly you have spent the most con because of your VTuber models, like the full-on models.
It's the VTuber models. It's the assets for thumbnails. Jenny spent a lot on assets for thumbnails, though, where she's done like full
Especially.
backgrounded thumbnails.
I think that's most of her money is in that.
Most of my
Besides
money
equipment.
goes into equipment and thumbnails
Thumbnails.
and like the renders that you see in the
Sprites,
videos, like in the skits, like the renders of Charmy and like Sonic and Vector and everybody and such.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like at least 14 non Knuckles and Shadow sprites that I have just on file for just other stuff that I've like paid for myself.
And there's like the special art that gets commissioned, like say if I'm doing a stream, like say for instance, like I did the Alice Madness Return stream, and I got Crimson especially to get my OC in the outfit. So anything special like that, like a character what I want in a special outfit, the money goes into that too.
Yeah.
Every little thing that you see that's like unique is 100% paid for, and it comes out of the funds from the channel. So
exactly.
And we do it all for you guys. We do it all for your entertainment.
Because we want to better ourselves as much as we want to better the content. So it's like you guys are helping us more than you realize, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Wither, thank you so much for your question.
Yes, thank you.
My last thing is remember to sub to these three. They really need it.
Where?
That's it.
Thank you.
Just a where?
Thank you so much. I promised I wouldn't be chaotic, and I was sane. I was good.
Yes.
Good job, Wither. Good job. You'll get Cheez-Its later.
There'll be some drywall for you later.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Before you do bring up the next person, reminder, guys, you can also, if you don't want to a little shy to come up stage, you can also type out your question in the discussion chat and we'll read it to you. Just make sure you ping one of us in the chat.
Kevin, do us a favor, and if you can, or if you're allowed to do this, be sure to ping the discussion chat so that way people know where to find it.
Nah, I think a lot of people can see it already.
Yeah, no, it's literally like it's one below the networking and.
Oh, I guess that's just me who can't find it then.
Sonic Hero Show Studio. It's towards the
all
top.
right. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move Wither back to the audience. Or nope, there she
Thank
goes.
you, Wither.
Bye.
All right. How about we bring up let's bring up Hannah, because I've seen her hand up for like a little bit.
All right.
Alrighty.
Come on up, Hannah.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, there's two Hannahs. Never mind.
Yeah, I know there's two of them.
Oh my god.
Well,
we'll bring up other Hannah after this.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Anyways, what's your
So excited. I'm just so excited.
Oh no! Don't worry. Take your time. It's all good.
Take your time.
It's just such an honor to see all of you guys.
It was nice to have you here. Thank you for coming by.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
No problem. So, my question is from all three of you actually.
Okay.
So, what inspired you to join the Sonic community?
For me, I mean, I've always been a fan of Sonic since I was little because
Since the
I
90s.
yeah, it literally since the 90s.
The roaring 90s.
The roaring
Oh.
90s. Yeah. Oh, I
Oh,
hope,
Well,
I hope this.
ah!
Okay,
Oh.
they're still in the audience, so
They're still in the
hopefully
audience, yeah.
they can hear us. Okay, Hannah, sorry about that. But yeah, I grew up with it, and my dad actually was when I was growing up, found that I used to like to sketch a lot in my in like a little, just a plain paper book, and he would notice that I like the Sonic comics, so he would sit down with me with the comics, and he would help me draw because my dad was really good at like drawing, he was a good artist, and he showed me how to draw these pictures, and it gave me more of a reason to like Sonic because I was spending some quality time with my dad, and my dad used to work nights, so I'd rarely see my dad a lot when I was a kid, so I didn't see him much. So whenever I did have a chance, it was nice to be able to sit down with him, and Sonic was one of the things that got me time to spend with my dad because we both were able to share a common interest in drawing. So he taught me how to draw and all of that, and it was something that I'll always cherish. It would always be something that I'll look back on and smile about. So with that, it gives me more of an incentive to carry on with it and like build up from where I've gotten up to. And like, first of all, I don't think any of us ever thought we would be as far as we are
Mhm.
in the Sonic community, like without a shadow of a doubt. But obviously, we're very glad we are because we originally, I would say, we were just small time fans of the series of Sonic franchise, but it
I mean,
obviously
speak for
doing the
yourself.
content. I mean, well,
Yeah.
generally I'm speaking for myself here. Like, I didn't know an awful lot
Please.
about Sonic when I first started the channel. I didn't know an awful lot, just the basics and like the basics of most characters and all of that, and nothing in depth. But the more I looked into it, like looking at the IDW comics and all of that, it gave me more of a love for the characters, and some more than others. There's a little bit of favoritism because of the voices that we all do. I think we all have like a little bit of a soft spot for the characters that we all voice, and it comes up, it shows quite a lot in live streams, I find.
Team
But
Chaotix.
yeah, we have our little soft spots. I know that much, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, I think just in general, it started off with comics as a kid and the games on the Mega Drive, and leading up from there, and I was just like, yeah, it was always there. I felt like it was always there. It was just other priorities were in the way, but it never left me anyway. It was always there.
For my part, I literally I've been playing Sonic games consistently for like basically my entire life. Thinking about it, because I like played the original Shadow the Hedgehog on the GameCube. Me and my brother would do the multiplayer mode all the time. It was a whole bunch of fun, and you know, I had like the classic collection, so I was able to play the old like Genesis games on the not remaster, but like the re-releases.
Mhm.
And I always went back and read like the little comic panels they had in the extra menus, and just like I wished I could read it, but I didn't like have them physically, so I was just unable. But I also this is a funny story. Back when I was about 10 years old, maybe, my mom had like started up a t-shirt business where she was like selling t-shirts like locally, and she had this shirt press, so you could like press like paper images onto t-shirts. And so I asked her, she asked me what I would want on a t-shirt, and my first response was Shadow the Hedgehog. Like straight up, I was just like, I want a
Sounds about
Shadow
right.
t-shirt.
That's
So
adorable.
that was what I got. I got Shadow the Hedgehog on a t-shirt. I wore that thing every day that I could. I always went to school wearing it. It was my favorite t-shirt. But like that just kind of goes to show I have been obsessed with this for a long time. And so like the whole Phantom thing around it was just kind of my it was a natural step for me, going from
Mhm.
being a little kid watching Sonic Underground on my 3DS because it had it on Netflix to like playing Sonic Mania back in 2017 and just loving the ever loving crap out of it. It was so good. And then getting to meet Matt and then, starting up the channel, it just kind of felt like a natural step for me because I'd also like been wanting to do voice acting. That was my main like passion thing. And so having that mixed with one of my favorite franchises from just ever, it just kind of was the natural progression of my life at that point, I think. And now here we are.
So for me, I've been a Sonic fan since oh my gosh. Again, can't really pinpoint years, but um my cousin was a massive Sonic fan. I think he still is a massive Sonic fan. He got me into Sonic, and me and my brothers. I think we were like visiting my grandmother, and he asked if I had played Sonic the Hedgehog, to which I said no, because we were big Nintendo kids back then. And he said, "Oh, cuz you have to play Sonic," and he got us all hooked on Sonic, and we begged for a Mega Drive, Genesis if you're from America, and yeah, my parents ended up getting us a Sega Mega Drive with Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and that was our obsession for the longest time. And then we ended up getting Sonic 1, and then my parents completely skipped Sonic 3 and got us Sonic and Knuckles, so we went straight into hard mode with that one. And yeah, we just got hyper fixated on Sonic. Like we would in the UK there's a channel called Channel 4, and
Mhm.
the only they would air the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog at ridiculous clock in the morning. And we used to get up at like 5, 6 in the morning to watch this. And then my parents were like, okay, that's it. We're taping this. So we got into that. And then we got into Satam as well. And then my parents started buying us like the Fleetway comics. And like me and my brothers were obsessed with Sonic. And it just carried on. Modern era came around and I just obsessively used to play Sonic Heroes. That was my favorite modern Sonic game. Like I used to play that non-stop, and yeah, I detested playing Chaotix. I know Chaotix fan, right? Detested it when I was a kid. What a
be
fake
fair-
Chaotix
now.
fan.
To be fair, the campaign is kind of the worst.
That
It is the
it is
worst.
it's a shame because it was funny, but that kind of that started a small hyperfixation with the purple chameleon, but I will leave it at that. But yeah, that I'd say that's what kind of drew me into the Sonic community, just like being a little kid in the 90s and experiencing it for like the first time. Um and just loving it since, honestly. I think that yeah, that's what got me into the community.
Hey. All right. Well,
Nice.
Hannah,
Thank you
thank
for
you
the
so much
question,
for
Hannah.
thank you so much. Let's get the other Hannah up here, and then after that, how about we let the guests decide who they want to come up and ask a question?
Alrighty.
Oh, we get to choose.
Hi.
Ooh.
I know it's confusing
Hello.
because there's two Hannahs.
There's two of you.
I know.
You're multiplying.
Which one's the real Hannah?
Shoot!
So my question is, what was your favorite video to do on your channels? You guys inspire me.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice.
Oh, thank you.
Much appreciated.
I think one of my favorite videos. There's so many though. I have to try and go through a catalog of videos in my head.
Yeah, no, literally.
Of ones that I've done. But
There's
think,
a lot.
like in general, like doing like one video that I did, it was just literally me talking to myself, and I'm like anybody that must have walked into our place must have thought I was crazy because it was a Sonic and Ray video, and it was one of those Sonic Rage games where like the game tries to kill you constantly, and I was getting frustrated, and the two different neurons in my head are activating. There's the one which is Sonic, who's getting really angry with dying constantly in this game, and then there's the other neuron, which is Ray, who's finding this hilarious and can't stop laughing. So I'm going back and forth in my head on just basically word vomiting, just talking out loud my thoughts. And it's just, I hate this game. I can't do it. Ha ha! You suck at this game. And just like ridiculing myself throughout the whole time. And then once I finished recording it, I was exhausted. I was just sitting there and I was like, I spent half an hour making fun of myself and getting angry with myself.
Nothing says content like being schizo enough to make fun of yourself as two different characters.
Right? Yeah, I literally felt like I needed to see some kind of mental health doctor after that. I was just like, am I okay?
You and me both, buddy.
No.
I know exactly how that feels.
Precisely. But yeah, that's probably one of my favorite videos that I've done, is being able to back and forth with other people is great, but when doing it with yourself, when you know what you're going to say, for some reason makes me angrier, because I know how to wind myself up. So I wind myself up. And I get very annoyed with myself for doing it.
Please help us, man.
Nah, that's pure content. You should be happy.
Oh no, I was happy with how it turned out, but I was livid with myself. I did not talk to myself for a good half an hour.
I did not look at myself in the mirror for a good month.
I looked in the mirror and I was sort of like, don't talk to me.
I wondered why you were so angry that particular day after recording.
Insanity goes real.
I'm sorry. I just imagine a scenario where you're walking up to Sassy. You're just like, I'm livid. Why? I'm mad at myself because I lost the game.
Mad at myself because I made fun of myself for being bad at the game.
Away from me. I'm
just like, dinner will be ready in 30 minutes.
Yeah, Jenny just looks at me and she's all like, do you know what you just said? Do you realize what you just said? I'm like, I do, and that's what makes me mad.
I mean, Matt, it's no different than me, go arguing as Sassy and Charmy for an hour and a half in a live stream.
Yeah.
I've seen that. It's funny.
Gives us a chance to sit there and listen to you for a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably one of my favorite ones.
All right. What about you, Emerald Masters?
God, the thing is, I have the most videos out of the three of us, because like Matt, I think, has like 400 something, and then Jenny has like 500 something. I have over 700.
Jesus.
So like, it's hard to pick out an exact favorite, but one of the ones that comes to mind that was more recent was the Who Wants a Million Rings game show video.
That was great.
I love those.
Like that one, it requires the most editing from my part, but it's one of the most fun ones to do, because it just straight up a game show. I kind of ripped off, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but like it's just a lot of fun to do. And that one, just like the initial one, it was all just me doing all the voices for all the characters, because that was just who was around at the time. Matt and Jenny were busy, so I ended up doing. I was like Vector, Knuckles, Big the Cat. I was all three of them just throughout the video, and it was a whole undertaking, but it was a good time. And then we ended up doing the second one with the other two. We had the full Chaotix there, and that was honestly a lot of fun. Like, once again, a lot of editing.
We had a good time, like on and off the
Yeah.
script. We had fun.
It was so fun.
Like, I got to, since it was in VR chat, I worked with like multiple camera angles as well, and like, made it seem more like an actual game show, which was just a lot of fun, I think. And it just made it a more enjoyable experience. Though, as far as like other videos that are my favorites, I think one of my favorite silly videos was the April Fool's one I did last year. It was it was Knuckles and Shadow Kiss ? Exclamation mark
right.
times like 1,000. And Wither, one of the people that was, asked a question here, helped me with the thumbnail, because I was originally just like, I'm just gonna make this in like crayon, and they're like, wait, I can make it even better. And so the thumbnail is amazing, terrific job.
It is a great
thumbnail. The actual video's content was just like me as the like editor OC that I made, Count of the Monkey, just mashing PNGs of them together until like, oh, yep, there it is. There's the thumbnail in the Sonic Art Show discussion chat. A spectacular thumbnail, might I say.
Hey.
But no, that one, that was one of my favorite like silly, stupid videos that I've done, because it was just it just felt like the most dumb thing I could possibly do on an April Fool's. Aside from just the one time me and Matt swapped characters. That was also very funny.
That was an interesting one.
Especially considering the outtake we had, but we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that.
A great April Fool's Day joke, I will say that much.
Yeah, I've had a consistent thing of making April Fool's specific content. Like,
Hmm.
no matter what holiday I miss, it's always April Fool's. You can expect that video from me.
You may not get
Right.
Halloween, Christmas, or any other ones, but April Fool's Day will always be Emerald Masters Day.
And you know what? I still have one for this year, so you know.
I'm sure you do.
Yes.
I got one in the back pocket.
Yes.
There you go.
All right.
The Ray as well. That that's another great thumbnail.
Up the Ray, bless him.
Ooh, okay.
And Sassy, your one?
Me, I mean, I have a few that have popped into my brain, but I want to say two if that's okay.
I did so.
Sure,
Go for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one that I really, really enjoyed recording with these two was the body swap video.
Yeah.
That was so fun to
We had a great
record.
time.
It was hilarious. Us having to like channel each other's characters, but like maintain the voices.
The funny
Like-
thing about it is that it's completely unscripted. Like,
Yeah,
we,
it's
we,
not scripted. It's
we
all
went
us.
in there and improv'd the
Mhm.
whole thing. Like, it was
Yep.
all. The only thing that we had was there's a device, Charmy presses it, this happens, and that's what we went on. And that's
I
and
mean-
we
The only thing we agreed
just
on beforehand was
sat
like
with
which
each other
character is
and
going to
just-
swap with which. We
Yeah,
we established that at
who's
least.
gonna go who and when.
I
And
originally
that's what we went with.
originally nothing was going to happen to Vector, but then Emerald Masters was like, "Oh, please, let me swap with Charmy because I want to
Yeah.
do your dirty little lap that you do as Charmy."
Yeah, that.
I think the best part of it was I'm old.
Yeah,
I
no,
still
that.
quote that. I still quote that to this day.
Just
does,
me
she
going,
does.
I'm old.
It's
That was a lot of
amazing.
fun. I agree with you on that one. That one's a great
Yeah,
video to bump.
that's one of my favorite
Yeah.
videos. But my second favorite video was the audio drama that we did for the Christmas special.
Yeah,
that
you
is
worked really hard
literally-
on that.
Everybody, no, you
one
you
was
worked
peak effort.
you worked hard on it. Emerald Masters worked hard on it. Crimson Reapress, like she helped with the
scripting as well.
script.
She did a lot of the
Like
scripting,
she
yeah.
did like the majority of the script writing, and it was amazing. So, like, please give massive props to Crimson Reapress.
Absolutely.
And also Contagious Shrimp for like the art for that like particular video. Like everybody just absolutely like knocked that video out of the park. And like every time I listen to the video, I cry. Like
Speaking of
I'm
that
just-
audio drama, though, a little bit of spoiler for chat. There's another one coming pretty soon, I think.
Oh no. Gonna
Yeah,
be
no,
alive.
It's
yeah,
coming
but-
down the pipeline.
Listen, all 27 of you in the audience, that's a secret. So don't say anything.
Oh,
It's
goes
coming
right
out
in.
on-
Yeah, you
it-
heard it here first.
Yeah, it's coming out
Mhm.
Valentine's weekend, and if you're a member of a channel, you're gonna get a special preview. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
channel members get funny stuff for free. Or well, not free, but yeah, for however much it is a month.
for a nominal fee.
For a
Yeah.
nominal fee. Blueberries and creams.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to talk anymore about the audio drama because I will cry. I get really
She will.
emotional when I talk about
She
it.
really does.
It is a favorite. All right. Thanks for asking your question, Hannah.
Yeah,
moving-
thank you.
Yeah, thank
Moving
you,
on to
Hannah.
the next
guys.
question asker.
Alrighty, very quick. We got a question in the discussion chat. I'm going to move Hannah back into the audience. Thank you so much. And
Thank you,
never mind,
Hannah.
you took my job away from me, Chris. Never mind.
I
Anyway,
didn't do that one.
he beat
I
me to the
didn't do that.
punchline.
You
I
are
didn't even do that.
obsolete.
I think that was Kevin.
Kevin, I see you. Kevin. Anyway,
We know what you
Um,
are.
we know what you did. All right. This is a question from Cutie Cat VA. Question for
Who's
everybody.
that?
No,
It's
that's
not
different.
ours.
It's-
Different
no,
person.
Yeah, I know it's a different one. I know it's a different one.
Okay. Question for everybody, and I don't know this also goes for hosts as well. Clarify that if you can. Question for everybody. Who's the what's the I can't read. I'm dyslexic.
What's the hardest voice for you to do? What do you do
Thank you so
when you
much.
get, or what do you do to get into the voice? Yes, y'all are great. Keep doing what you do. Thank you. Matt, you want to go first?
Hardest SBO originally was the hardest voice for me because naturally, like my normal voice isn't. I don't have a deep voice, as you can clearly tell. It's not. It's in the middle. Mine. It's I'm much better off doing a higher voice than I am a lower voice. Unlike like me and Connor are like the polar opposites when it comes to like voices. Like Connor's deeper voices are like bang on, but my higher voices are bang on. And
Yeah.
but it doesn't mean that we can't alter it. We can like one of
Yeah.
us is better than the other at a higher or a lower, but it doesn't mean that we can't do both. We can do
Yeah.
both. It's just
We both have the range. It's just harder for one of us to do the other.
it's just hard. It's just harder for each side. But SBO for me was the hardest one because of how much deeper and whispery he was. Like I started off very gruff in the voice. I started off very in there, a lot of gravelly in there, and it really hurt my throat to the point that when I did it for a live stream and we streamed for over 2 hours, I was like I had taste of blood in my mouth because of how
Oh,
gravelly it was, and I was like, I need to stop doing that or find another way to do this voice without it killing my throat. And now I'm at a comfortable point in the voice now where I don't have to worry about that so much. The only time it ever really hurts is if I'm shouting at somebody. And SBO doesn't shout very much, so I'm not too worried about it. It's only every now and then. But like the majority of the time he's just I'm quiet. It's easy. It's fine for me now. But at the
I
time,
speak for
that
him.
was yeah, exactly. Like the other
Yeah,
two
so do I.
characters in the Chaotix are the loudmouths. He's just the
The
quiet
yappers.
one. So it saves me a job to have to talk all the time. That's it. But he was the hardest one for me by far.
For me personally, it's a newer voice that I've been doing, but Silver is harder
Mhm.
for me to get into because like Matt said, it's the having to go
It's
into
a
that
higher
higher range
range.
is harder for me and easier for him. But Silver is I have to separate it in my brain from like the way I do Sonic because it's in that same kind of range. And like for Silver, I literally have to do the "it's no use, take this" like line every time I like want to try to get into the voice because I'm like I'm not practiced enough with it yet to like fully get it on the spot. And it's
I mean,
just
to be
you know,
fair, you've only really started doing it, haven't you? Like
yeah,
it
exactly.
was a
Like it's
relatively
been in two
a
things
new
so far:
voice.
one video and one stream.
One
and
stream.
this stream is when I like kind of honed more into the voice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the first time around, literally we were discussing, oh yeah, who's going to do Silver for this, and then I was like, I can do it, and I did like a voice similar to the way I did it in stream. But then in the video, I just I completely threw it out the window because I just didn't feel confident in it yet, and I just ended up doing Trunks.
Yeah.
So I kind of read that wrong recently with the stream from the other day. Yeah, it was. But that one for me is probably the hardest.
Sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla for me. I have two. Charmy used to be difficult for me. Like back when I was doing when I was recording 3 videos a week, it was really difficult. Like I had to really play with the range of his voice because there was points where like my throat would just feel like I've been swallowing sandpaper basically. Especially when I had to do anything where I was shouting. Like it was a strain on my voice, and like the voice used to be I don't know if people notice or not, but the voice originally used to be a lot higher range, but I had to kind of drop it a few like to a Bart Simpson kind of range to be comfortable. Uh so Charmy used to be difficult for me. Charmy still does kind of grate on my throat a little bit, but not half as bad. Another character that I don't do as often that I have a difficult time with is Vanilla because sometimes I will accidentally slip into Rouge. It really I accidentally slip into my Rouge voice, and then
There
I
is a
have to.
similarity, which
Yeah,
it's like Connor was saying with the whole Silver thing. It's like it's so easy to slip into Sonic.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
that kind of voice. So I get it.
So like because I do Rouge a lot more often and I'm comfortable with my Rouge voice now, like and because I made Vanilla like not really kind of like Sonic X, I kind of decided to make my own kind of thing. Like it's this very similar range to Rouge, but I kind of forget to make it like softer and more kind of motherly, and I kind of start slipping into Rouge, and I'm like, wait, no, that's too temptress. Gotta slip
Hold
back
on.
gotta slip back into mother. But yeah,
Remember the scent of mother.
yeah, those are the two voices that like I would say like one's less difficult, one is just I need more practice.
Yeah. I'll say what it that also reminds me with Vector specifically. I remember having trouble at the beginning because his voice, like it didn't like grate on my throat, but it made me yawn. So like I had to sort of like, move the voice to like more of the front of the throat instead of the back. So it went from like, I'm Vector the Crocodile, which it just made me do a bit of a weird swallow there.
Sounded like Fat Albert when you first started.
Yeah, no, and now it's I'm Vector the Crocodile.
It's so much better now. So much better.
It sounds like actual Vector now.
You were all like, hey, hey, hey.
We even joked about it like during the first video when we were doing the
we did.
outtakes for that.
Yeah.
Well, I was in hysterics like the first time you did it. Like we couldn't record because I was too busy laughing.
Yeah. We were stuck for a while
We
because
were.
Matt was just dying
I
for
was
like
gone.
10
I also
like
developed
10
more, I
minutes.
think, of like sort of an accent with Vector.
Yeah, I mean he does have an accent, so
Yeah.
like at
It's
first you it was just you didn't have the accent down, so it was very Fat Albert like, but now that you have toned the voice down to
Now I've established what he talks like.
You've established his tone and his accent that it's so much more noticeable, and like you said, over time, like all three of us over time, the voices just got better and we adapted to the voices more. But at the time, it was a nightmare.
For example's sake, just take like Chris Sabat's Vegeta. At first, it was an impression of Brian Drummond, and then as time has gone on, he's just kind of like it's changed and evolved to the point
It's
where
become his own thing.
He's just found his range. He's found Vegeta.
I think a lot of,
he's found the voice.
I think
like
a lot
if you look at any like
that.
animated show and look at the first episode versus the last, you'll definitely notice some key differences with the way the characters are voiced because the voice actors themselves usually just evolve over time. They either get higher or they get lower.
They need time
typically
to
higher.
develop. They need the time to develop a rapport with the character as well. I feel because like you're learning the character right from the get go as well, so you're able to pick up more mannerisms and more.
The voice is a lot like the character in that they have a framework, but they haven't fleshed out all the details yet.
Absolutely,
which is what they do over time with the voice and the character. As more details are added, the more the voice changes and evolves.
I feel a lot of confidence is a key factor too. Like because when you first start out, you're not confident at all. You're going in there blind, you're like, okay, well, I'll do the best I can. And then after a while, once you're used to it and you're feeling the flow and you're getting you're adapting.
I'm feeling the flow.
Precisely. You get into the swing of things, you're more confident in it. So therefore you can express yourself more. And
okay, Yuma, thank you. I guess someone got it.
Hey, all right.
Someone got it? Let's go.
Someone got it.
Right.
All right. The flow, Astral. He's the same person as Ray.
They're very close.
They're the same person.
All right.
All right. So we're gonna call out another person from the audience. How about one of the guests see who they want to have up this time?
Yeah.
Matt, you go for it. Pick somebody.
Well, is it? I'm guessing I'm just choosing whoever's got a hand up.
Yeah.
Right?
Whoever's got a hand up. Anybody raising their hand up wants to ask a question.
I tell you what, I would love to hear a question from a very talented person that I met on Twitter. First of all, Mint Midori. I would love to have a question.
That's what I was gonna say.
Because I love Mint art.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hi, Mint. Nice to
Hey,
meet you.
what's up?
How you doing?
My question is what made you first started wanting to do PMG tubers?
PNG tubers are a fun one.
What made us want to do PNG tubers? I feel like with the PNG tubers, it just gave us something a little bit extra to add to what we were already doing. Because a lot of the times you see a lot of people who do like voice work or character work on YouTube can be very bland without something there to represent that voice. And PNG tubing was the perfect way to adapt into that. Like especially for the live streams, because on live streams, like a lot of the time, it was just the game being played. Like on my end at first, it was just the game being played, and so it was a little bit. It was fine. I mean, people still enjoyed it, but I felt I needed just something a little extra, just to show, like, hey, yeah, I know you can hear a Sonic voice, but like, there he is, he's right there, and like he's talking, he's highlighting because he's talking to you, he's looking right at you and talking to you, and that's what I wanted to emphasize. That it's kind of like how the reaction videos are done, like that he's standing there looking at the video, he occasionally looks at the camera, he occasionally looks at the video, so on and so forth. And that's what I wanted the streams to be like, to made it feel like everybody in the chat is there to go, oh, he's talking to me. So it's that little bit more interactive.
Yeah. It was the natural evolution from the video format of like,
Absolutely.
having the character on screen as they're reacting to the thing, because obviously for just showing the content and then, having the voice over it, it's not nearly as impactful as actually having the character there looking at it and like, having like a sort of webcam kind of feel where it's like, you have the person there. It feels more physically connected when you have like something to look at while it's talking. That's why I like the Vitra models that I got for Shadow and Knuckles, because they have like more expressiveness than just sitting there doing a voice. I can have like something to look at, because half of any kind of video is audio, and so you need the audio and the video to make it more complete.
Yeah, I think the boys have pretty much said everything that I could, want to say on.
I will say that
what they said.
I will say you
go
guys
on.
are the inspiration. You guys are the inspiration why I wanted to be a PMG tuber. I know you guys like my art, but you guys were like my inspiration of wanting to be a PMG tuber. I do like those content.
It means a lot to us. Like generally, like I know a lot of, like I've said this before in some videos and live streams, but I just want to emphasize it more. When people come to, like, I can almost safely say this for both Emerald Masters and Charmy, but when someone comes up to us and says we've inspired them in some way, shape, or form, like words can't describe how it makes us feel in like a really good way. It's like it's a super like there's times like people have said that, like, oh, like you're the reason why I do this, or your videos help me get up in the morning, or something like that, and I'm all like, don't say that, you make me cry. And then I'm sitting there and I'm like, you don't know how much that actually means to me. And they're like, oh, you don't know how much your videos mean to me. And I was like, no, you don't get it. I'm going.
You're kind of like you're kind of like I remember when I was on YouTube, I first saw you guys, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is like awesome content.
I'm guessing it's one of those
Yeah,
moments to
it's
where he
super important
records
to
that.
us.
My bad. Go ahead.
No, that was it. Just carry on.
Okay, I was just gonna say it's one of those moments where, like, going back to the whole video you recorded, like getting angry at yourself. Somebody just compliments that video. You're just like, I want to look at myself in the mirror.
Yeah. It's like, you have no idea the pain I put myself through. So thank you for liking this video.
I love the arguments with Charmy and all them, like all that stuff. It's hilarious. I mean, like watching y'all streams. It makes my day. It's hilarious.
The other funny thing about like when Charmy like tries to get at SBO and succeeds, we live together in the same apartment. She is literally in the other room.
That's hilarious. I'm so sorry for my husband.
Yeah, no, literally, we finished
It's funny.
the stream.
I'm
come
so sorry.
out
Oh
of
no,
my
he's gonna come over
office.
here.
I go into her room. I'd be like, "What was that? What were you doing?" And you were like, "I was being a bee. I was just
She's like, what I
annoy
do?
you."
Watermelon.
Yeah, you were just like, "I'm just trying to annoy you." I
Watermelon.
was like, "Well, it worked," and I'm like, annoyed.
Watermelon.
Watermelon.
That's
My husband's literally screaming watermelon right now. I'm so sorry.
Watermelon, that's
guys.
Watermelon.
If your husband likes watermelon,
You
let
know
him
what? Tell
enjoy
your
his
husband
watermelon.
watermelon seed.
You say watermelons too. He's right next to me.
Valid
Watermelon seed.
question.
Watermelon.
Watermelon.
Thank you for letting me have the question.
No
on,
problem.
on the same topic though of like just real quick with Matt and Jenny, like post stream whatever, they were here at my place for about a week back in November, and during stream, like before we had talked about it before, like Jenny
In
was
the
like, "I'm gonna
same
poke you
room?
during stream as Charmy," and I was like, "Okay." And
And
then when
what
we
did
got
I
to it,
do?
and when we
Yeah.
got to it, she literally just like gave me like the smallest poke, and I was just like, "That it?"
Literally,
That's all?
that one stream. I don't know. Was it Mario Party?
We were playing Mario
It
Party,
was,
yeah.
wasn't
Yeah,
it?
we're playing
We
Mario
were
Party.
literally in
That's pretty
Connor's
cool.
room, sitting direct next to each other, like
Literally
right next
inside
to
my
each
bedroom,
other.
like in front of my PC, just playing the game, and like we were sitting next to each other physically. They had grabbed a couple of chairs, and you know, I was in my funny gamer chair, gamer chair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool.
and like I could physically look over at Matt and be like, "Hey,
That was the
Espio."
thing. I said something as Espio, which is like, because there's the odd occasion where I say something as Espio that Espio would never say. Like I would say something like absorbing a fish. Like
It
I did the
always-
whole
it always-
absorbing a fish.
The fish of a
It always
fish.
catches me off guard. It always
Yeah.
catches me.
I will throw it out every now and then. I'll be like, "Oh, you feel sick? Absorb the life essence of a fish." I was like, Espio would never say that, but I would because it's funny, and it catches them off guard. And I said something during that stream, the Mario Party, and it's so odd seeing Connor and Jenny look over at me and go like, "Give me that really look."
Funny.
Confusion
like
in
a-
stereo.
I felt like a dog who just peed on the carpet. I was like, "What did I do?"
Just me and Connor being like, what? In unison?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're just looking at me like I've done something awful, and I'm like, "Uh-oh."
It was also
Me and
nice being
Connor,
able to like when me and Matt did something stupid together, we'd be like high five and actually be able to physically high five.
Literally.
Oh
high
man, that's
five,
nice. That's pretty cool.
yeah. I put my hand on
Alright.
his knee to see if it would distract him.
God.
It didn't.
All right.
Well,
Well,
thank you
Min,
for having me.
Thank
problem.
you, Min. I super
Thanks for
appreciate
being here.
Yeah, no
thank you
problem,
for
man.
being here.
Bye.
All right. Can I have
Bye.
the pleasure of moving somebody back in the audience this time?
And like I said, I didn't do it the last time.
That sounds like something an obsolete person would say.
All right.
All right. What
Ev-
if you two could pick one now?
I was going to say, one of you guys pick.
You know what? How about we get
Connor?
Snooty up here?
Snooty? Which one's Snooty?
one that's
Snooty.
called Snooty.
Next
That
to
one.
Wither.
Got it.
Snootle
That's
Boot.
Snooty.
I felt like such a
Snooty.
jerk. Just like the one called Snooty.
Welcome.
Snooty!
Hello, Snooty.
Hi,
Hello.
Snooty!
Lovely to meet you.
Hi, I've
Yeah,
I've
that's-
never met you before.
Yeah, we've
I do
never
not
met.
know you.
Wow. This
Must
is
be
such
so
a
nice.
you guys. This is such an honor. You guys are my heroes, guys. You
Stop
don't
it.
understand.
Now, please
Stop
pick a
it.
card. We've never met. We've
Stop
never
it.
met.
I have never met this cat in my life.
We totally haven't talked for years, right? No, no.
It's not as if you were in the last stream playing the funny game with us.
I haven't known Snooty for like nearly 2 years now.
Yeah,
Has
totally.
it been that long?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Somewhere
Yeah,
around
I think it has at this point.
All right. What's your question, Snooty?
So you guys play a lot of characters. You voice a lot of characters. You have other people come along on your streams and voice a lot of characters. What are some characters that you would like to someday introduce to each of your respective channels, whether they have an already established voice or not, whether they're like a character from a cartoon like Sally Acorn, Breezy the Hedgehog, whether they're a scrapped character like Honey or Tiara Cyberuski or Bubowski, whichever name you want to give them, or whether they're just a comic character like Tangle or Clutch, Mimic. What is a character you would like to introduce to your channels, whether, you know, from a game or not, whether they're a popular choice or just something out of nowhere?
Matt, you want to go first?
Oh, you go. I'm having a little think.
For me personally, I mean, I have only really just started putting them on, so it technically counts. I think I want to do more silver stuff in the future because I think it's a fun character that I like doing, and I'd like to explore more with it. Maybe even get possibly Blaze on if I can convince our friend Danny, aka QDT Cat, to come on with me as
Well,
Blaze,
I mean,
because I know she does like doing that as well.
she did say to me she's workshopping a voice, so
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
if I can do more of that stuff in the future with her, I think that'd be a lot of fun. Because those two are just characters that don't really get a lot of spotlight in other Sonic media. So it would just be fun to have it in some format on like my stuff.
I was gonna say for mine, I've already done an introduction, like a little intro for this character on one of the videos already, but Scourge the Hedgehog was one of them that I brought in as like a little end of credit scene thing for a video. And I just thought to myself, I don't play enough jerks. Like the majority of the characters, like Sonic's the good guy. I know he is a bit, he's arrogant. I'll put arrogant, but he's not a jerk. He's arrogant, and Ray's dumb. Let's put it that way. And SBO is a serious one, but I never get to play a bad guy. I'm normally a good guy, so I want to play a bad guy. I want to bring a bad character in to do bad things and say be bad, and I don't get to do that a lot. So Scourge was definitely one of them, but because he's already introduced to the channel technically already, I would just want to bring in. I'd like to be able to do an Eggman, because I mean I did Eggman for the little series that we had going on the old on Gotta Go Fast, where him and Amy go to New York. So I did Eggman in there, but I wasn't super confident with Eggman's voice. But
There was also
it
that
was-
live stream we did on Jenny's channel the one time where it was
yeah, like the
Sonic Speed Sim.
Eggman,
Yeah,
the Eggman, Rusty Rose and Metal takeover.
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
took
So
over
it
the
was-
channel. Oh my god,
That's right. I remember. But, it was,
Oh
it's
my
just
God.
one of those things that it's not fully introduced to the channels or any of the channels at the moment. But like, if being a Sonic channel, I really should introduce someone like Eggman in there as a compelling character, somebody to compete with or to foil, as it were. But I would need to be more confident in it and like get the character down properly. But yeah, he would probably be one of them. I'd say Eggman's probably be one of them for me.
So I have two. I would really like to bring Tangle and Jewel to the channel one day. Like try and like workshop a voice for
I
Tangle.
can hear you rubbing your hands together.
Yeah, so I think
Go
I think Snooty's very
on.
very happy with this news. Yes, I very
Please
much
continue.
I love them both. I love Tangle. I love Jewel. I would like to try and workshop a voice and bring them to the channel somehow. Like I don't know. I love the IDW characters. Like a
Well,
lot of
with-
like the characters that they've added. Like I love the Diamond Cutters. I love them. They are
with
so
you
cute.
saying about Jewel, like
Yeah.
I remember at one point we were reading the comic together, and you did a makeshift Jewel voice, and it like looking at the character and how the character was talking, you had something there already. I felt. Like you've
but-
got something ready to go for it. I'm not saying that it's like 100% ready, but you've got something ready. You've got something going for that one already.
Yeah.
I feel so. I reckon you've got a good
Um,
thing going there.
Also, do gender bents count? Like own
Yeah,
creation?
we would like to bring that concept back from the dead.
Because
Just in a different form.
because if that's on the table, I would really like to try doing a gender bent SBO.
Perhaps.
Not surprised.
I would like to bring back the idea of Gender Bent
Not surprised.
Rouge as well,
Not
because that voice is just a
surprised.
lot of fun to do.
Yeah, gender bent Rouge was so fun, and gender bent Knuckles was like I really enjoyed doing that with Emerald Masters. Like it was so fun.
You can probably just call me Connor. It's fine. I've already said your guys' names.
Okay. I didn't even realize. Okay, Connor.
It's fine. The chat knows.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well,
All right, well, I'm pretty satisfied with those answers. I'm going to walk off the stage now And
Watch out,
Now, Snooty, don't crash.
Snooty, there's
Snooty,
stairs.
oh, Snooty, no! There she goes.
I'll get my chance to move somebody in the audience sooner or later.
One
One
day.
day.
you get your chance.
One day I'll
Alright,
get
Vinny,
my
pick
chance.
somebody.
All right.
And when
All
you
right.
do, we'll be very proud of you.
Oh.
Thank you
Oh.
so much. I'm so happy. All right. Sassy, your turn to pick somebody to come up stage.
Let's pick Tanyu.
Tanyu?
Hey,
Which
Tanyu.
Tanyu with the
Oh,
the
I see
manic.
it. Manic.
picture.
Where I saw them say that they wanted to speak earlier. There they are. I have to scroll through an entire list. I'm sorry.
You got there.
All right. Hello, Tanyu.
Hi.
Yo.
Oh, the
Mic not
microphone
working?
not working.
Like, not working. Hold on.
Reggie.
Mic no
Oops.
work.
Ruh-roh.
Is the mic not working?
Oh,
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there
Oh,
you
there
are.
you go.
Hello.
Oh, there you are.
hi.
Hi, Tanyu.
Hi, Tanya.
Hello.
So, hi. So my question is just let's just be silly for a little bit. So is there any like during live streams? It's fuck. I lost my words instantly.
Whoops.
You got it. Just think it
Whoop.
through.
It's all right. Don't worry.
During live streams, has there ever been a time something weird or funny happened to the point you almost broke character? Like any stories of that?
All the time.
Oh,
Can I
let me
go
go
first?
through the. Let me go through the list.
Allow me to grab the catalog.
Yeah, grab the
Allow me to refer you to a very recent stream.
Yeah, no,
Go ahead, Sassy. You tell your.
Okay, so this is I would like to reiterate to the panel runners and the audience. This is a medical word, okay?
Yes, this is a medical term. Nothing
Connor
out of
had a-
line,
Connor had a
outlandish, nothing
very-
bad.
Connor had a very, very funny slip of the tongue. I think it was this Wednesday's live stream. Like
Oh,
at
it wasn't
one
a slip of the tongue.
It was a slip of the tongue entirely.
At one point, Sassy asked Vector if he would like to have a pizza as well as everybody else that she was getting pizza for. And then Vector says, "What I need is a circumcision."
I had
It's
meant to say
so-
exorcism, but my brain had jumbled words.
And
I don't know how it got to that point. I had already
They might
been,
as well
like-
be the same thing at that point.
My
Yeah.
brain was so gone at that point. We had already been dealing with a lot that stream. So like
I nearly fell off my chair.
Genuinely, literally after the stream, Matt told me I nearly fell off my chair.
Mhm.
Thank you, Wither, for that lovely related post.
everybody just died. Like Matt like very nearly unespo'd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It was something else.
Got the
It was
scissors.
amazing.
The thing is, there's
was
been a number
something.
of times where I've nearly broken because of things that other people said. Like whenever I'm Shadow, I during live streams have to be so very careful about what I am able to react to, because obviously the character is very serious all the time and doesn't put up with any nonsense. He might occasionally joke, but that's about it, and he's not gonna put up with any stupid silliness. I am not the character, so I laugh at the stupid silliness, so I have to physically restrain myself from laughing, or else I will break character. And I
It
do
also
my
doesn't
hardest
help
to
that,
make sure it
like,
does not happen.
Because me and Connor have been friends for such a long time that we're at a point now where when we're playing as serious characters, especially, we make it our duty to try and make them break.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like when he's Shadow, I will try and make him laugh by saying something relevant to something that we've laughed at in real life that off stream that normally gets him. Sometimes he'll have to mute himself, but
when you're
Connor does
SBO,
it
I do the
straight
same
back
thing.
to me when I'm SBO.
Yeah.
He'll say something like, "You ever been on a boat?" And I'll be like, "Mm-hmm."
And there's even moments where he's Sonic, and I'll just physically break him by saying the dumbest things physically possible as Knuckles.
Because I'm just coming out of nowhere. Like you
Like the orange one.
Do you remember I can't remember if it was like a week or two back. Do you remember that really dumb noise I made as I think Johnny
Yeah.
said like, "Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
can't."
broke
No,
Crimson.
no, Johnny was like, "Oh, I can't say what I want to say because it'll it'll scar Charmy for life." And then I just went, and then
Yeah.
I can't recreate this noise ever again. You just have to watch the VOD, and like everybody just starts breaking. Crimson
The deck
especially.
bit, yeah. God, the deck bit.
I think the
Oh,
one
the deck
deck
incident,
the
part
deck
1 and
is-
2.
the deck incident was a very proud moment of mine. I would say.
Thank you, SBO the Chameleon.
Yes, you're welcome for that one.
Very
But
cool.
the one that always pops into my head, and I think we've watched it back several times, like privately, was like it was from Charmy's point of view playing golf, and he's about to putt the ball into the hole, and all of a sudden you'll just see my golf ball, Sonic's golf ball, fly over the hole and over and off the course, and I just go like that, and then Connor goes, "Sonic, no!"
No, it's Sonic.
And and everybody else just burst into laughter. Like I'm so frustrated, I'm just making noise, and Connor's like yell of concern, and everybody just fell apart. Like, that is definitely one of them. It's just like because like Crimson and that lot, Crimson and Johnny have the relaxation of just talking normally and being themselves and doing that, which is easy for them, but it means that they laugh more. So we're trying not to laugh because they're laughing at what we're doing, and then we realize what we've done and feel like complete idiots, and we're laughing at ourselves, and we're like, stay in character. Can't
See,
laugh.
I thought you were gonna bring up the bone.
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
Oh,
I literally
God.
just thought of bone.
We were
That
playing
is-
golf on another day, and like we were on this
It
like
was a
museum map,
museum.
and Matt was having the worst time as Sonic trying to get through one particular area, and as like he hit a bone
was a
that was
rib
up there, he just went bone, and it just
Bone! Like
it was so funny.
I was so
Brendan
angry,
Fraser,
I didn't
God,
even
that
realise.
one.
Brendan Fraser. Oh god.
As Shadow, I had to like just not laugh throughout that entire Brendan Fraser bit. And
The
like
other
I
funny
had
thing,
sent the like very sad Brendan Fraser in the chat.
yeah,
And
the
that
other
like got
funny
Crimson
thing
and
is
Johnny
that
so bad.
we all the people that are involved in the live streams, we're talking within our own private friends server.
Mhm.
So whenever one of us who are in character has to mute ourselves because we're laughing or trying not to laugh, we often type into our server chat,
You almost broke me with such and
idiot.
such.
Yeah, you nearly made me laugh. I had to mute myself, and then like they'll put like lol or whatever. But like we're always communicating with each other outside the stream. Like you nearly made me laugh.
It's like it's like when you're between scenes in a play and you're like going backstage
Mhm.
to like talk about something.
Literally.
All right, well, Tanyu, hope I said that right. Thank you so much for the question.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You're
No
welcome.
problem. Thank you
Goodbye,
so
Miss
much.
Manic Simp.
Oh, don't expose me!
As
I mean,
if your
it's kind of
profile picture
obvious
didn't already.
by your provocative
too-
profile picture.
It's too late on you.
No,
Yeah,
no.
Cowabunga, dude.
Too late on you.
All right, I'm
Cowabunga,
going
dude.
to move
Doesn't
in
he, doesn't he
3.
just sound like a Ninja Turtle? From the
He's a
90s?
surfer dude, but it's Jaleel White just doing like, "Hey guys."
Late on you.
Doesn't it
Bye-bye,
totally like sound
Tanyu.
like that, dude? Like totally. What
Higher
the-
pitch.
Yes, I got to move somebody. Holy crap. Sorry for cutting you off.
You did it.
Okay.
job.
I'm
So
so
proud
proud.
of
I
you.
got the power. Yes. The power I was
All right,
given.
Matt, your turn to pick again, I believe.
Oh, yes. Let's see. Who has their hands up? I'm looking at you all.
There's quite a few people with their hands
There's
up.
Quite a few,
people,
yes.
Yes, what?
But good.
What about Bree?
Bree, come on up.
Which
Come
one
on
is
up.
Bree? That one's Bree.
Nope.
All right. Bree,
Yeah,
Bree,
that
Bree,
one.
Bree. I can't
That's
read.
it.
Oh,
I'm pointing at her. That one.
That one right
as if I
there.
can see your finger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So hard.
that's. I told you. that
Listen, it's
one.
not my fault you blind Jolt.
Yeah.
No, I was just in the middle of playing Splatoon 2 and then this shit happens.
Well, there you go.
Okay, let's
See
try to keep it
what happens when
PG.
you put
Let's
your
try to keep it
hands
Please,
up.
PG.
please, no swears.
Yeah,
No
sorry,
swearing.
sorry. Okay. I'm just so nervous. You guys are so awesome.
No, it's okay. Don't
It's all
worry.
good.
Take your time.
It's all good.
good.
Just
Since
think about your
2 of the
question and let it
questions
out.
were taken, I'm just gonna. I've been thinking out here for a few hours. And what was the funniest thing that happened behind the scenes during recordings?
During recordings.
Oh, God, there's a lot of
You know
bits.
what? There's a very, very extensive list.
Yeah.
I'm going through the catalog in my head
Yeah, Sam.
of the various things.
See, look, now I have to think. I'm drawing blanks.
See, the problem is, like, a lot of them has some coarse language. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
kind
so-
of hard
yeah, I
to choose.
figured.
Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to choose one that doesn't have coarse language.
Like the
'cause
Sonic Mania
majority of
bloopers
them
where
is
Ray was invented.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's coarse language in pretty much all of these.
I mean, God, I'm trying to think.
Oh no. Okay. The thing is, though, this is also like a term. This is a term. This is a medical term for animals, right?
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
Okay,
I think I know what
you
this
know-
one is.
Okay, so the very last DeviantArt video that I did before, that's the end of DeviantArt videos. No more. They're cancelled for indefinitely. Was the Charmy the apology video, where he looks at DeviantArt stuff with SBO and Vector, and there was a particular point where we were talking about they were looking at a art that was related to the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
And it's SBO
It
and
featured
Vector
Barry the Cloaca.
returning. No, it didn't feature him. I think we were just talking about him, but it was Charmy. It was SBO and Vector returning from the birthday party,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
and Charmy was like, "Where were you?" And then we were trying to I think me and Matt were trying to figure out how to say Barry's the animal name.
You know,
And,
I said what it was, and then
Cloaca?
Matt,
And then
Matt said
and then Matt
cloaca.
no, like Matt as SBO said, "What was that about a cloaca?"
Yeah.
That broke us.
Yeah.
We're laughing for a good 5 minutes.
That one was really good, just in general. But there's
was.
just been so many bits, especially when we've done VR chat videos specifically, where we've just messed around beforehand or after, and it's just been a riot. Like during a more recent recording, we were doing this thing where we were like, we were on this like studio set, and Jenny had just recently found this this SPO model that she really liked. It's got like, a bunch of fun expressions, and it's like it's very slay SPO, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get your
And so we just ended up like going around and recording like the four of us that were there, just a bunch of like dances with all the SPOs together because you could sync them up.
It was
And
best
like
day of
eventually I
all.
just came in as Vector, just like, these are my SPOs, look at them go.
Honestly, the best day of my life.
It was
You
a lot
having
of fun.
a whale of a time.
It's like Vector and his many dancing SBOs.
Kazoo sexy back, yes. The
Yeah, I
It
remember
was the
that
sexy
seeing that on
back, that's
Twitter.
right. Yeah,
It was
yeah.
yeah,
very-
a couple of the clips got posted to Twitter.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
seen
we
that.
were,
Funny.
we were bringing sexy back.
Indeed.
Hell yeah. Heck yeah.
I think like the other one that I can edit down for safety's sake was the introduction to Silver on Sassy's channel when Connor was doing Silver, and we had SBO and Silver dancing next to each other at one point, and Jenny was just like, "Oh, I like the ship of these two," and then she just went to me. She went, "Say something, flirt with Silver. It'll be funny." And I just looked over at Con and I was like, "You poop at that butt, handsome."
Nah.
I didn't say it like that.
It's a
But
very
it was the
derogatory
same
term.
meaning.
Yeah, same meaning.
Yeah.
But that got a few chuckles before
And
we
also,
started recording.
another one from that video I really like is, I think the clip is on the Charmy Twitter. Is me and Connor singing Billie Jean as Vector and Charmy.
Vector.
because I think Connor put his headset like down, and it looked like he was doing a Michael Jackson pose. So we just started singing Beijing together in character. That's another one of my favorite bits.
And
California in the same vein.
And California Girls.
I was about to say the California Girls
Sped
one.
up California Girls, yeah.
Where I just like started singing it as Vector, and then like I sped up the emote because it was like impossible to VRChat model. I just sped up the emote and just started singing faster until I just gave up.
But even like your trailer, Sassy, for your stream.
Yeah, the short that you have uploaded.
That's an
yeah,
outtake.
that's good too.
Yeah,
that was pure
like
outtake.
a very censored outtake.
Yeah.
But that was one, and it's like me and Connor just like, let's just be really mean to Charmy. It's like he's making us do all this stuff. Just be mean to him.
Let's be mean.
Let's be mean to this child. Let's just absolutely obliterate this child.
Just F off.
Because you poop it everywhere. You gotta stop doing that, man.
I like how you're trying to guilt trip me by like, okay, I'm going. I was like, thank God.
Okay.
All right. Bree, thank you so much for the question.
You're welcome.
Good answer to it.
Thank
I
you,
hope
Bree.
you guys have a
Words?
good day.
You too. Have a great day.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You did it again.
I did not.
All right.
You
All
don't
right,
have a job
Chris, you
anymore.
haven't really picked anybody to get on, so how about you pick somebody this time?
Yeah, Chris.
All right. Let's see. How about we bring up Serafina?
Serafina? I can't read.
Come on up. There you are.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me properly?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can hear you just fine.
Okay, just making sure my mics were okay. Hello. I am a huge fan of you guys. Oh, it's
Thank
an
you.
honor to meet you.
You too. Thank
Much
you so
appreciated.
much.
Here's my question for you all. So, when you made your YouTube channel, what inspired you to become a Sonic YouTuber?
Personally, for me, it was the movie. Just the idea of the movie, because obviously, like we said earlier, like how, like literally all three of us grew up with like the franchise, like whether it was through the games or the comics or both. Just knowing that like a movie was coming out, like for me at least, was like a really big deal, and it kind of like brought back my interest in Sonic. Like I always had an interest, but because I was doing voice acting in other things, I was kind of like away from it. I kind of forgot how much I enjoyed it. But the movie like brought it all back into perspective for me, and with how good the movie was as well, I just generally brought love back for me for the series, and obviously got me to make the channel. So for me, yeah, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
For me personally, I mean, I think it's fair for me to say at this point that between the three of us, I was probably the biggest Sonic fan of us.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, to an extent, I kind of still am. I don't know. Like they definitely have
Pretty
gotten
much.
closer to my level, but at this point, I know too much.
I think Jenny's
know.
catching up with you now.
Yeah, no, Jenny's definitely catching up. But
I have an
But-
OC with extensive lore. Of course, I'm catching up.
yeah, no, but especially when we first started, I was like the biggest fan of the franchise. So like, it was just kind of like I had already enjoyed the characters in the world and everything, and when what you call it, when Matt and Jenny had like first come to me like saying, hey, you should make a channel or whatever. For all this is Matt, another person, but I was like, okay, neat. I'll like start doing some stuff, I guess. But like, I didn't expect anything out of it. I was just like, this is just gonna be more of a for fun thing. And then, lo and behold, 100,000 subscribers later, I'm like, how?
Yeah, I think we all feel that way. It's just like, why? Why us? Why
You gave it a
do
shot, and
stuff?
it just happened.
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally.
it was like failing upward almost. Or just like what I just keep doing things and things happen, and how do I keep it succeeding?
It's like falling up the stairs. How do you
Exactly.
do
That's
it?
what I'm saying. Falling upward. It's like what? How did I get here? I've just been stumbling along, and yet here I am. And I think a part of that is like when you're doing content that we do with like all these characters that have such, rich history with them and such a dedicated fan base, people respond to that sort of genuine fandom a lot more than like someone from the outside in, which helped us a lot. It was a big thing to our advantage because we already liked the characters and liked the world and the setting. And, we kind of expanded on our own knowledge and started making stuff that we thought we would like. So other people kind of resonated with that and said, hey, I also think that's cool and I want to see more of it. So, we just kept making it. And now here we are.
Wow. That is a lot to process.
I think a big part of why I wanted to start a channel for me was to get back into voice acting because I fell off the wagon and lost a lot of confidence. And I just wanted to push myself. And originally I did start a Rouge channel. It's long dead. Don't bother looking for it. It's like, but originally I had a Rouge channel and I just wasn't confident enough for that and left that. And then a little, I don't know how long later, like maybe I think it was like a matter of months or something. Matt had convinced me, hey, you should make a Charmy channel because your Charmy voice is pretty good. And I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'll start the channel, and if things go well, I'll continue the channel. And yeah, things obviously went well, and I don't know. I love my little Charmy channel. Not so little anymore, but at the time it was little. I love my little Charmy channel because it got me to like it. I think it just cemented my soft spot for the character and also like grew my love of Team Chaotix to like the point where it is now. Yeah. I had a whole lot of other things I was going to say in my brain, and now they've all just left.
They've fallen
They
out.
They fled the area. But I think I articulated myself well enough. I think. So yeah. I
think you got it.
love. I got my passion for voice acting back. I feel I definitely improved in the years that I've been doing the channel. And I've gotten so many like friends and such good friends from being in this community and doing what I do. Like in the past like 2 years, just like the amount of people great people I've met in this community. And yeah, just I'm overwhelmed like by the amount of support that we have, and the amount of people in the community too, that I'm just friends with now, and I've been reaching out and collabing with in the past few months. So yeah, just thanks everybody here. thanks thanks to these two boys. Thanks to everybody. Yeah, I I kind of trailed off. I got sappy. I'm gonna stop now before I keep going.
Let's cut it off before we get too far.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, we've been doing that with every question, so it's all Gucci.
Me getting corny.
Sorry if we don't get to everybody within the 2 hours, but
Yes,
we tend to go on a while.
I'm sorry.
We are
All right,
ramblers.
Sarah. Thank you so much for your question.
Thank
But
you so
answer your
much.
To be
question.
honest with you, you guys inspired me to become a Sonic YouTuber like myself. You guys inspired me, and thank you
Oh.
for support. Thank you for making those videos in the past.
Thank you for watching them.
Yeah, thank you.
So we wouldn't be anywhere without people like you. So
Yeah.
if anyone owes a thank you, it's
Aw.
us.
Honestly, when people say that we're an inspiration, I'm floored. I oftentimes kind of freeze up because I don't know what to say to respond to it because it's
same.
like
That's
for me
what
personally,
I-
I've idolized a lot of like YouTubers growing up that like I watched and saw like grow as well. So like being that for somebody else is it's almost kind of symbolic.
Mind-boggling.
It feels like I I've kind of completed the circle a little bit, and I'm keeping it going.
But
And
that's
it
why
just-
I'm
it's
here.
really
to be
nice.
fair. That's why I'm here to articulate.
Well, I'll
I
see
do
you
it for
guys
you.
later. You have a great day.
You
Later.
too. Thanks
Yeah,
again
and
for your
you.
question, and thank you again for the
Yeah.
support. It really does mean the
Of
world.
course. Yeah, thank you so
Of course.
much.
See you later.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.
Take care.
All right.
She was lovely.
Let's try to choose somebody who has had their hand raised for a while now. Who do y'all think?
How
You
about
getting our mate
Tailsco?
yet, chat?
Yeah,
What was
Tailsco's been
that?
waiting for a while.
Tailsco? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me read names. Actually, you know what? I can just do this. Aha! I don't have to read names. I can just click on the profile.
Haha, you're so clever.
Yes, I
Clever
figured out
boy.
the trick.
Oh my goodness, hello.
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 Keep you waiting.
No, I've been waiting. Okay, for a question for you guys. All right. When did you start voicing Sonic characters?
I think literally the day the channel came out for me. And it was one of those things. Just like a friend of mine was all like, "Can you do a Sonic voice?" I was like, I don't know. Do you want to try? I guess. I tried it. Yeah, you can do it. All right, let's make a video.
He
That
then
was
became known as the
literally
British
it.
Sonic.
That was yeah. I'm just the tea sipping blue blur himself.
You don't even like tea.
I know I do. I just don't drink a lot of it.
Oh, fair.
Fake British.
No, I do
I-
like tea. Stop it.
No, that's it. You're not British no more.
Don't make fun. You dumped it in the harbour. Leave it alone.
Yeah, because I was going to drink it all from the harbour.
No, you weren't. You're
Yeah.
lying. You're lying again. Anyway, off topic. But yeah, literally when I first made the channel was when I literally started like doing the voice. Like I never tried it beforehand. I don't know why. I always thought I probably would have done at some point. I think I actually did try it for like an audio, like a demo reel when I was doing voice acting work. I think I did then, but I was never confident in it, like at all. But like after doing more research and like trying to get it down, it was a lot more. I felt more confident in it. So, but yeah, mainly when the channel first started off around the movie time.
For me personally, like I said, I've always been a massive Shadow the Hedgehog fan. So like, I think even as a kid, I tried to like impersonate him. I just thought he was cool. So like that voice like kind of stuck with me in my brain. And even as I did other voice acting stuff and got more into it in my like early teen years, that was still like in the back of my brain and something that I thought was cool and I wanted to do because I just really like Jason Griffith's Sonic and Shadow. They're just my favorites. So like when, the time came to, do voice work as the characters for Matt and the other person, it was like I kind of had that already in my back pocket, and then Knuckles was just fresh and new, and I was like, I don't know what to do with this. I'm just gonna do my regular voice, but like at a lower register, so it's like down here, and this is Knuckles when I first started. It was not far from my regular voice. It was very low effort. And I have since improved it quite a bit. I think he sounds very different compared to how it once was. Like, now it's like, hey, I'm Knuckles. I'm all the way up here. I'm gonna be cool and have a rock son named Timmy. That's channel lore,
There's
baby.
more enthusiasm. There's more enthusiasm to you.
Yeah, I'm a lot more energetic and enthusiastic with the character. But Shadow has kind of remained more or less the same. I've gone a tiny bit higher with him, but he's still very much I'm Shadow the Hedgehog. This is who I am. That stayed relatively the same. But yeah, no, I've been doing that for longer than I've been on the internet, I think.
All right, what about you, Sassy?
Similar kind of story for me, like Connor. I used to try and imitate voices when I was a kid. So I think the earliest Sonic voice I used to try and imitate was Tails. And then I used to try and imitate Rouge because literally, 13-year-old me sees, Rouge the Bat for the first time. Woman! But yeah, I want to voice that woman. So yeah, Rouge was one that I used to try and imitate a lot, and And then I found out that my fun little party trick was being able to imitate, boy voice, like Bart Simpson type voices. So, so obviously that was going to come into play with Charmy, because I've had people comment saying that my Charmy voice is very Bart Simpsonish. So,
but it works.
But the thing is, like Nancy Cartwright is one of my big voice inspirations. So obviously, gonna try and pay homage to her in some way. But yeah, that was I think it was probably like when I was like, maybe like 8 years old, maybe. I started trying to imitate voices on the TV. Just kind of like muting the television set and being like, can I sound like this person? Let's try it. And then really irritate my family with it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Nice. Thank you so much, Tails Co, for your question.
No problem.
Yes, thank you.
Alrighty. So I'm going to ever so slightly press a button. There we go. Yay! I got to do it
Ever
twice.
so slightly throw you off this stage.
I'm going to ever so slightly just press the button. All right. Let's see. Who has had their hand raised up for a while? Because I know there's been at least 3 people in here, as far as I'm aware of, who have had their hand raised up for a long time.
Jonathan,
Rosebud,
Rosebud, Dixie, Lisa,
Maya,
Tom, Maya,
Sammy.
We may not be able to get to everybody, so
No,
let's say let's start with the one who's had their hand raised up like the longest, I'd say.
and who do you say that is?
Yeah.
Probably.
Let's just bring up Dino Kaiju.
All right. Sounds good.
Hello?
There you go. Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi.
everyone. Hello. Hope you're all having a wonderful Saturday today.
Yes,
well.
lovely. Thank you.
Doing very well.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Of course, I have to say, a pleasure again seeing you guys here. Your content is always entertaining and hilarious, depending on, of course, on the context. Like Ray, for example.
Hey, that guy's funny.
Very.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. All right. So I do have a question for Jenny, aka Sassy, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem.
Sure. Now, I don't know if this was asked before, because I am a little bit late to this panel, so apologies if this was asked before. But I know obviously since you started out, you started with the Charmy channel. So I have to ask, what was the inspiration behind bringing in your original character to the channel?
Ooh, good question.
Originally, Sassy was a background kind of like she would speak through text basically, like because I myself go by Sassy as a handle on the internet. Sassy was Charmy's editor who edits the videos, and she would speak to him through text through a couple of videos. I don't remember exactly how many, because there were like so many, like 500 videos. It's hard to remember. But
Jesus.
Eventually, I wanted to bring her out as a character. I had already drawn her back in 2020, and then I mentioned to our friend Daniela, QTT Cat, that I have an OC, and she wanted to see it, and I said okay. And then I said, I'm thinking about bringing her to the channel as a character. And then she was like, okay, let me help you tweak this girl a bit. And she was a lot different. She was bold. Those are the days of bold Sassy. She didn't have the front doodle going on. Yeah, the front poof going on. So yeah, Danny helped me with making Sassy the beautiful bunny that she is. And originally, she was just going to be like a self-insert, like just like use my normal voice, just so it's like a break from me constantly doing a voice. But then, as like a couple of years went on, I decided to make her own character. With she has lore that I've been building, but I've been slowly letting out little snippets on the channel of her lore, but I haven't got everything completely down yet. but there is going to be more Sassy in the future, and I want to try and build more around her and make her her own like kind of thing. So yeah, that's that's Sassy. That's my bunny. That's my OC.
That's the lore.
The rest
So
is
far.
history.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
But yeah, thank you so much for the answers. I guess Jenny, Sassy, however you want to call it. But yeah, again, you guys are entertaining as usual. You keep up the good work with all your content, and who knows? Well, keep looking forward for what's come next. And yeah, have fun, you guys.
Later.
Thanks, dude.
Thank you so much for your
Appreciate it. Take
question.
care.
Bye bye.
All right. I
Take
say let's
care.
bring up Dixie next. Y'all good with that?
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Hello.
Hello.
Big Stinky.
Ooh.
Hi.
What's up, Stinky?
Hi. You're the big stinky of all.
Welcome.
Illinois farting on streams.
Hey, Jokes.
Hello. What is your question?
So yes, question for all you. I know it's been a while since you guys done this. Do you guys plan on bringing any of your stories back? I know we left off a few, maybe a little over a year ago, like with the whole travel to the New York thing and all that. Any plans on bringing anything like that back to the channels?
The New Yoke thing, like, there is another video that hasn't come out. It's just not been finished because at the time, like when I was making the New Yoke videos, Crimson was editing them, and of course I was obviously paying Crimson to edit my videos. It got to a point where like the revenue wasn't as good as it used to be, so I wasn't able to carry on paying Crimson to edit the videos. So that video kind of ended up like falling off, and we didn't have the funds to finish it, as it were. And because unfortunately, as much as I would love to be able to, and unfortunately I don't have the patience for it. I am an awful editor, and I have to edit my videos now because I cannot. I'm just so bad at it. So I do super apologize to everybody for like the lack of editing to my videos, but like unfortunately that's the way it is until we can get back on our feet again.
Don't worry, audience. Sassy will finish it.
The savior.
You don't want to take on editing my videos as well. You don't want that.
You haven't seen what I'm capable of when I try.
No, I'm sure you can edit like the best of them, but I don't expect you to edit my videos. You got enough going on. But like so I just do the best that I can as quickly as I can, more than anything, for content.
No, as that, because I met you almost 2 years ago, Matt. And before that, of course, your stories is how I found you and Jenny and Connor and the rest of your channels and stuff like that. So that's how I got to know you guys over the time, watching your stories, which I enjoyed very much. But I just didn't know what the future plans were at the time, and I thought, well, if they do, they do. They don't, they don't. So
I would love to throw more stories. I would. The idea, like, ideally, if it's like, because there's nights, literally nights, sleepless nights, where I'm wide awake in bed and I'm laying there, and all I can think about is, if I had infinite funds, what stories could I make? And so many go through my head, and so many ideas. Was like, if I had an animator, I could do this. If I had like all my friends available for voice acting, we could do this. And
Sonic goes to IKEA.
Yeah. If why not? Sonic goes to IKEA.
Sonic goes to his eye exam.
But
Sonic goes to Margaritaville.
Yeah, why not? He can sit in the big beach chair outside. But anything like that, I would constantly have ideas of like what I would like to do for a story, and then sit there and realize, oh, I can't, because I don't have the ability to be able to do all of that in a form of editing, let alone have the time to be able to make stuff like that and get it out really quickly. I wouldn't be able to do it quickly. It would, if I was to do it, it would take. I would have to pay for artists to do some artwork for it. I would have to edit it down to get all the sprites in, but I wouldn't want it just to be just sprites looking at each other then going off screen. It doesn't doesn't tell the story properly. As good as voice actors as everyone I know around me are, you need something visual. You need a visual, and I can't provide that as an editor, which really sucks because I would love to. Because the whole point about Sonic is his story, it's his adventures, it's all of this, and I know YouTube is very different, and it's all like so many people want reactions, but reactions are terrible for YouTube because like YouTube doesn't like people doing reactions. They don't like it. And obviously the person who makes the original content doesn't like having their stuff reacted to. So
Not a lot of them do.
Not a lot of them. Some of them find it very, very flattering, and those people are wonderful. But like in the end, like I don't want to make a living off of watching people's content. I'd rather make a living out of my own content, out of something that I've produced or my friends, my group have produced, and like that's the whole part of being an entertainer.
We should probably wrap it up.
Sorry,
We
sorry.
We only got like 13 minutes left.
Harry, go on. You go.
Oh, and I don't really have much to say because I don't really do a lot of story-based content. The most I did was like the EXE stuff, but even then, it's like that hasn't really made much of a resurgence on my channel just because I don't do that kind of content very often. It feels kind of samey to retread on that ground. But no. As far as full interconnected stories, I don't have any plans for them currently, but I would like to do more like that in the future.
Okay, I'm going to keep mine brief. Expect more VR chat stories and audio dramas in the future.
There
you go.
Alrighty. Well, I will say it's really quick because I know y'all can have nothing to say usually when people say this to you guys, but I will say it's really quick. You three were also inspirations to me for starting my own channels and stuff, which is growing pretty good here on my end. So
shut up, Dixie. Shut up.
You guys are inspirations. I'm just gonna say it. I don't care.
Shut up.
Stop.
You're welcome.
Let's calm down.
Cry in the mirror, Matt. You'll be fine. Just go to your mirror and cry it out. You'll be fine. You can forgive yourself later.
I'll look in the mirror and be like, I hate you so much.
Anyways,
right.
let's bring up
It's all
the
good.
next,
All right.
maybe 2 or 3 people, and then we'll end it out there.
That sounds like a good idea. All right. Thank you so much, Dixie.
Thanks, Dixie.
Adios. Thank
now,
you.
before you even leave, I'm going to do it myself.
Fine, I'll do it
Let's
myself.
pick the next person. Let's pick the next
All
person.
right. All right. You know what? How about this? All 3 of you make a collective decision. Who do we pick?
Lisa.
Lisa?
Sure.
All right. Got you.
That wasn't very collective.
Oh, wait, what? Where'd they go? Oh, they're right
Well,
there.
do you have
Never
any
mind.
input?
Lisa.
All right.
Well, there
All
you
right,
go.
there we go.
Lisa,
Lisa,
come on
come on up. I got her.
I already. Never mind.
Lisa?
Anyways, Lisa, come on up.
You haven't put them in yet.
No,
We
got
have to
the
invite
hand.
them up
Oh.
to speak.
Yeah.
They haven't.
They have to
And-
click on
Lisa,
the
is Lisa
thing on
AFK?
Yeah, I think she might be AFK, so go ahead and choose
Probably.
someone else.
All right.
I'm next to her.
Maya? Got you.
Maya.
That-
Wait, never mind.
Oh,
There we
no,
go.
Lisa's
There
in.
we go. She's here.
Oh, hey, Lisa.
She's in.
Sorry, I'm in.
Hello.
About time.
Welcome in.
Jeez.
Hey!
Why don't you?
Don't bully me, Matt.
Oh, my bad. Shoot. I did not mean to press that button. Invite her back up.
What?
My bad.
What did
That
you
was
do?
my fault. I was
Oh,
trying
she
to
her
turn
out?
up. I was trying to turn up her volume. I pressed the wrong button.
Okay, Lisa, I have to
Oops.
apologize for the host here. He just threw you off the stage. Like,
My
head first.
Listen,
feelings are
he's but a boy. It's okay. He
My
making
feelings are
mistakes is part
hurt.
of it.
I am
Little
so
wee lad.
sorry, man. I tried to turn up your volume. I could barely hear you. I did not mean to move you back on the audience. I literally just said, all right, we got 3
Oops.
minutes. You're on the stage. You're off the stage. Get off. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, wow. You stood up here, you said hi, get out.
I'm
Now,
so
does Jolts have his oops insurance?
Anyways,
This
what's
is
your
my question
question?
for you,
Go ahead.
guys. How long did it take for you guys to create your Sonic OCs, like Sonic, Sassy Bunny, Matt the Dog, kind of a monkey, etc., etc.?
Me personally, I sort of collaborated with our friend Kitty Cat, aka Danny, who does a number of voices on the channel because she does a lot of really good art. She does all of Jenny's like thumbnail asset stuff, and I asked her like, "Hey, I want to design an OC," and she was like, "Okay, what kind of animal?" And I was just like, monkey."
Monkey?
Monkey.
and then I gave her some like rough ideas for the the design, just mainly like no gloves, got the whole hair tufts similar to Bean, like that. That was one of the points. I was like, oh I just want like Bean's hair tufts because they just look funny. I like them. And then she helped me design it and then gave me the final drawing. I was like, wow, he's really cool.
Wow.
And then developing the actual character itself has been sort of ongoing since the channel's inception, because like I've always sort of had like this sort of nameless editor in the background, just like always editing the videos, and that was sort of elaborated on over time with Connor being like the stand-in, and then I finally gave him a voice one day on, I want to say it was on one of Jenny's streams. I had like sort of introduced him for the first time with a voice, and it was just me going,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Yeah, it was a stream of mine, I believe. I think.
yeah,
Yeah, it was go with your friends.
yeah, that sounds about right."
That sounds about
And
right.
I think one of our other fans, Cheese Ducks, made a like video, like sort of anniversary thing of the debut of kind of the monkey, because she is quite into the character.
Hey.
It was lore, but yeah, it was just the design itself. It took like a few days' time, just back and forth between me and Danny. The actual lore itself has taken years.
I think Matt has just gone to the bathroom, so I will answer while he's in the bathroom.
Your character has more lore, so this will take a minute.
Not
summarize
really.
it.
I'm not going to go into a lore because I haven't released all of it yet. But in terms of Sassy's creation, for me originally, it was an afternoon with a sketchbook and a bunch of art stuff. Her original design was not not great. I'm not gonna lie. And like I said, I think previously, answering Dino Kaiju, I spoke to QT TCAT Danny, and told her like, oh, I've got an OC. I want to make her a thing on the channel. And then she was like, okay, show me. And then I let her go off and cook. And then a little while later, she came back with the bunny that we all know, and I was like, you know what, perfect, you cooked, mwah, chef's kiss. And yeah, and probably since last year, since about June, I've been slowly cooking up Sassy lore for the past 6-7 months. Still kind of ongoing, finalizing little bits and pieces. But yeah, that is the creation of Sassy. I'd say Sassy's an ongoing project. She's been an ongoing project since 2020. So she's been 5 years in the making. It's kind
She's
of
5
still
years
going.
old. Her birthday is tomorrow.
She's 5 years old. Her birthday's in April.
Oh, I was wrong. Never mind then.
Okay, I'm here.
So,
Did you have a
Matt,
good-
tell
did you
us
have a
about
good nap,
how you
old
got your
man?
dog.
Tell us about Matt the dog. How you got him.
So
Did you have a good run?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go faster, so far. But basically, Matt the dog pretty much came out of the fact that Jenny was already making hers, like with like her OC, and it was basically like, where's she been sleeping this whole time? It was like, she has a roommate. Who's a roommate? Her not biological, but her brother. And it's like, oh, and that's me. Hey, let's do that. Let's just throw that in, and we can get working on that. But like, there's still work to be done with Matt. He's got a lot of. There's a lot of things that I want to do with him.
Can you get the design from someone on Twitter?
Yeah,
the design. The design of Matt was done by a fan during my Twitch live stream. I was talking about it on Twitch, and I was like, everybody wanted to do. Everybody's was starting in our little friend group. There was already, everybody seemed to already have a Mobian OC. And it's like we like Johnny, Snooty, Danny, and then Jenny, and then Connor. And so it's like, I mean, if everyone's going to do it, I'm going to join in too. And be
Pop it on in.
Oh, I'm gonna love that. So I joined in and I was like, well, if I'm gonna be any animal, it's gonna be a dog. Dog. Always gonna be a dog. Always been a dog. You know, Lisa, you go to my Twitch streams. If anyone's gonna be a dog, it's gonna be me. So
And just recently, the dog got feet.
yeah, he did. He got feet. He got feet by
Someone drew him with legs, proper
yeah,
ones.
for a friend of mine got an artist to do it.
He
and
got
gave him feet.
upgrades.
He
Yeah.
did.
Upgraded to being able to walk.
He
All
got
in their
uppies.
stumps.
He got uppies with his own feet.
Alright.
Yeah, no, it was literally because everybody else was, and I just thought, well, I might as well throw my hat into that ring.
Alrighty.
All right.
Go quick. We only got another 4 minutes.
Yep. Lisa, thank you so much for your question.
You're
Thank you,
welcome,
Lisa.
and I'm really glad to meet all you wonderful people because of you, I've got back into drawing again. It's all because of you guys. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Keep it up.
Take care, Lisa.
Take
You
care.
too. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Last one up is Maya.
Maya.
Alrighty.
All right. I'm not going to press
Hi.
any buttons this time.
Hello.
You actually mispronounced my name.
Oh,
by
how do I
accident.
say it?
It's Maya.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, Maya.
To
Okay.
be
Hi,
fair,
Maya.
cursive is hard
Yeah.
to read.
Hi.
Darn it,
Sorry.
Blue, you made us look like idiots out there.
It's cursive. What was I supposed to do?
I'm so sorry. It's not really a known.
basically in another
It's not. It's not a known pronunciation. I'm so sorry.
It's your
It's
fine.
not
You're
your
fine. You're
fault.
fine.
It's your
It's not-
name. You rock it, girl.
Technically, it's Max.
Thank you. I'm
didn't
just so
choose it.
nervous right now. Like you guys are like my childhood, and like you guys have
Hey.
inspired
All right.
me.
So, what's your question?
So
Yeah.
For
my
these,
question is like,
for the guest
what
here.
is my question is like, what is it like being part of like people's childhoods and like getting people, like being the reason people are into Sonic?
Surreal.
Like,
Extremely.
completely.
It's an odd feeling.
It's mind-boggling. Like,
Yeah.
because to us, we're no different to anybody else. We're just silly little goofballs who put over 400 videos out. You know, we don't see ourselves as anything more than anything else. And to us, we're not. And we're not. We're normal people, just like everybody else. But like when people come up to us and they're all starstruck and they say nice things and they're inspired by us. We're literally like, why? What did we do? What have we, why us? There's so many better people out there. Like in our eyes, well, in my eyes anyway. It's just like I'm all like, why would you like my stuff? My stuff's rubbish. But like, but when we hear it, it's so like
It's jarring.
jarring. Yes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
such a
Like
good way to put
it feels odd to think that like people grew up watching us because like when you
Mm.
think about yourself, you don't think about your own age as like being above or below people most of the time. You're like, oh yeah, no, I exist. But then
Yeah.
having someone else like compare it to you and like, you know, say that like they grew up watching you and that, you know, they had been watching your content since they were a kid and they are no longer that. It feels very it's a funny feeling because it's like,
Yeah.
you know, you get a sense of like, oh, I'm old. But at the same time, I'm honored because you grew up watching my stuff.
I
And,
aged.
You know, I have aged,
yeah.
you have aged, people age.
You can
what
shut
the
up
heck?
about being old, Connor.
Yeah.
You can shut up.
Listen,
Thing
I'm
is, like, for
25, I can
me,
talk about it
whenever-
now.
You're not old.
Whenever I get like comments or people say like, "Oh, I grew up watching your content," I'm just like, this must like be what it's like for Markiplier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
The
even
good thing
if-
is as
Yeah,
well, when
like-
you've been doing content like we've been doing it, it doesn't feel like it's been that long. But then you start to remember, oh yeah, no, this started like half a decade ago.
like
And
2019.
people like the concept of time
God, yeah.
when you've, you know, lived a lot longer, half a decade feels like, you know, not that long. Like it feels like, oh yeah, no, like that was like, you know, just a few months back. It's like, no, wait, no, I've changed, I've grown since then. A lot of people have gone through like high school and 2 extra years of school
Oh, no,
Yeah.
in that time, and it's like, what the heck?
You're blowing
There's,
my
like,
mind right now thinking
There's
about all that.
like
Yeah.
there's an artist that comes by my streams called Shy, Super Shy, Shy Sketches.
Mhm.
We got talking a few months back, and she was like, "Oh, like I started watching your stuff when I was in high school," and I was like, "You started watching my stuff when you were in high school? Jesus Christ, help!"
I mean, to be fair, for my part, I literally started making content about 2 years after high school.
Yeah, you
which
did.
is a funny thought.
Oh, you baby.
You know, a bit of context for everyone in here. Matt and Jenny are about well, they're over a decade older than I am.
I'm an old woman.
Long
Chat.
before time had a name.
I'm an old woman.
Long before time had a name, the Masters of Smith. No.
Yeah, so you heard it here first, and everybody, if Emerald Masters ever says in a live stream or a video that he is old, I want you to reprimand him with all capital letters, telling him you're not old. How dare you say that? And really.
Well, listen, compared to some of the people that watch our channel, I am very old.
I can say he's old.
Yeah. You young little piece of crap.
Wow.
All right. But thank you so much for your question, Maya.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Sorry
thank you,
you've
Maya.
been waiting so long.
Take care,
Sorry, I'm
Maya.
just.
Take care,
I'm
Maya.
so.
Have a
I'm
good one.
just so happy right now.
We're happy
all
to
good.
have you. Thanks for
Yeah.
talking with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.
You too as well.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
bye, Maya.
Yeah, no.
All right.
We've gone a little over time on this one, but
it's about
a good time either way.
Yeah, sorry,
Well-
we yap.
I guess that's it. Chris, you mind if I do the outing?
This time I'll do it.
All right, go ahead.
Sorry for
Alright.
anyone that didn't get to have a question.
Yep, we do apologize for that. All right, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's panel with Matt and Chaos. Sorry, I was about to say my own channel, but Gotta Go Fast, Emerald Masters, Connor, and Sassy Bunny, Charmy, and the Chaotix crew. Yeah, do look out for tomorrow at 5 o'clock. We do have another panel with, I believe it was Sonic and Sally, I think. Let's see. Yep, Sonic and Sally. Make sure you guys look out for that. And we'll see you guys next time. Take care, everyone.
Later,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you so much
Bye,
for joining
everybody.
in. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.